There we go. Good evening, everybody. Very warm welcome just for a little informal chat here tonight. We got the lovely Darren Turner talking.
Oh, bless you. Thank you very much for that.
And I always give everybody the benefit of the doubt, Darren.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought I was a nice guy, but obviously not now. It's the same for everyone, but don't worry.
You are, Darren. You're a very, very nice man.
Oh, thanks very much.
So we've just got a little chat on with Darren tonight. Darren's going to be here working here at Poole from March the 5th. Yeah. Taking a course in psychism. We will get on to that very shortly. But it's just a chance for an introduction to Darren because we don't know him so well in this area. So it'd be nice to get people just get an idea of a potential mentor for the future. So Darren, where do you hail from, sir? Where are you travelling up from?
Well, originally I'm Stanwell in Middlesex, which is near Heathrow Airport, which is the easy thing to say. Well, 16 miles from the Queen's House, if you like. But yeah, so Stanwell in Middlesex. I was born and bred there, but all my family originally from like Stepney and London and sort of around that area. So we're scattered around a little bit, and now I live in the beautiful part of the world in Somerset. So yeah, moved about, but yeah, that's where I'm from originally in Stanwell in Middlesex. Lovely. Well, it was a lovely place when I was a kid. Yeah.
Of course, it stopped being lovely when you moved away, sweetie.
Well, obviously it did, yeah, because I wasn't there. So.
They lost their loveliness certificate because Darren was no longer in residence.
Bless them, but no, it is a nice place. Anyone who lives there, hello, I'm being nice about it. I'm not being horrible, so I'd like to apologise.
Yeah, don't upset people. That's not the idea. So, with your mediumistic journey, Darren, where did that begin, please?
Well, you know, for other people who've seen me on stuff before, they probably have heard the story again. But obviously, just to sort of outline it, I never had an inclination of anything to do spiritual whatsoever. You know, like a lot of people or mediums say that, you know, from a kid or childhood, they had an awareness, they had this, they had that. I had nothing, you know, not a dicky bird, if you like. But my lovely grandma, bless her, who passed in 2007, was very much a psychic, spiritual medium. But she did not practice it. She was a kitchen medium, as I call her, and I don't mean that disrespectful to anyone who works in the kitchen doing mediumship. But she was one of these, you know, back in the days, in the olden days, where it wasn't really talked about, it wasn't really allowed, you know. And she was like the spooky woman that people would go around and have a chat to if they had a problem or they needed to find out what was going on in life. So she was very much that person. But she actually frightened her because she used to see a lot of spirit on staircases, in rooms, all that sort of stuff. So she chose to shut it off, really, to be fair. So although we knew she had this ability, or I knew as a kid growing up, my nan, you know, it was a bit strange, bless her heart. You know, we understood that she did this sort of thing. Funny enough, we used to call her the witch, and she will not mind me calling her that in any way, shape or form, bless her heart, because she was born on the 31st of October. So, you know, so we did call her the witch. It's being spiritual as well. It all sort of piled on. And so really, you know, I think my ability is really sort of passed on from my grandmother, although she didn't really talk about it, sort of thing. And I remember, you know, her saying to my mum, because at school I wasn't very good, out of school I wasn't very good, you know, sort of thing. And my grandma just said that, you know, when she passes to the spirit world, she would sort me out. And that was a bit, well, what do you mean by that? And in 2008, which was a year after she died, on the 31st of October, so the following year after she died, on her birthday, I went to actually see a medium myself, the lovely Donna Stewart. I'm sure you may know or heard of Donna Stewart. And my development really started with her, because prior to that, I was getting light switching on and off and weird, strange things happening, which to me was just, you know, a bit out there, a bit off the planet, if you like. So really my development started then in 2008. So I've been doing it a little while now, and I've been very fortunate to meet some lovely, lovely people, learn from some lovely people, teach lovely people, and work at some wonderful places, to the point of now I'm, you know, doing my own DEMs and my own workshops, and, you know, visiting people such as yourself in your lovely place, to do workshops and courses with the academy. And so that's really it in a nutshell. To be honest with you, I was never into this really until my grandma passed to the spirit world, but I just knew she was a bit spooky and a bit weird, and that was it, sort of thing. So, you know, I haven't got one of these great stories like a lot of mediums have, you know, about seeing someone at the bottom of the bed who's levitating or whatever. I'm a pretty simple guy, and I mean that seriously. I'm a pretty simple guy, and it normally has to be pretty black and white for me to get it and understand it. But with spirit, obviously, it's totally different to that.
Yeah, very true.
But I just love the spirit side of things, the spirit world, or meeting people and working with people, just to see that little spark go off in someone's mind when they're learning or developing, and then things they've been wondering or sensing or feeling starts to sort of fall into place. So,
indeed.
I think it's a great honor.
Yeah, education is very much the mantra for Poole Church for this year going forwards, is to help people understand and evolve if they so choose, whatever abilities they have.
Yeah.
So on March the 5th, Saturday, March the 5th, we start a series of 6 courses on psychism. So, and this will be hosted here at Poole Church and taken by the lovely Darren, who's online tonight. So, Darren, just a little outline. First of all, just to give a little bit of info about the difference between psychism and mediumship, because still there's grey areas there of people not understanding or not quite, you know, getting it. And also a rough idea, please, of what this course will entail. Thank you.
Okay. Well, you know, it is always a bit of a minefield when you first start to sort of get into this world, shall we say, or this work that we do, and you hear different terminology thrown around to do with either psychics or mediumship or whatever. And I'm very fortunate in the fact of, say, that I've taught many people, and I'm quite simple in the way that I teach people. And the easiest way that I find to determine what psychic energy is, it's really what I call the earth energy. It's what we live and breathe every single day. Really, it's that energy that we live on, and everything that lives has this psychic energy, and it's our energy field around us, if you want to put it that way, in a simple term. That, you know, when we're working on a psychic level, we can sort of pull information out of that person's energy or that psychic energy. And the way I like to also look at it is just the fact of, if you imagine, you know, we're full of data like a PC, you know, it stores loads and loads of data of whatever you put into it. And at some stage, we might want to go on our PC and pull the information out. And it's the same when we're working with psychic, with the energy there. We're pulling out data to do with someone's life that's, you know, living on the earth, currently living on the earth. And we're looking at maybe their past, their present, maybe to a degree their future, but really looking at their energy and working with our own intuition, our own senses, gut instinct, some people like to refer to it as. But it's all about looking at that energy and sort of working with it to try to understand a person that you are with on the earth at the present time you're reading for. So that's the psychic side of it, as I like to say. So it's a pretty much an earthbound energy. The mediumship side, as I'm sure a lot of people will know, is what I like to call the fluffy side of it, if you like, which is connecting with those beautiful spirits that have passed over to the spirit world, and connecting and raising our energy, raising our vibration to connect with those people, those mums, dads, whoever it may be that someone's lost, to actually be able to bring through that love, that evidence, that guidance, to let people know without a shadow of a doubt that their loved one who's passed over is still able to communicate. And some people like to refer to the spirit world as heaven. Some people call it the universal world. Some people call it the spirit world. Whatever you call it is fine. It's a personal thing. But for me, I call it the spirit side of life, to be able to reconnect and work with the energy of spirit from a mental capacity point of view, to be able to work to bring through that evidence and that love. So that's my interpretation of it in the simplest way that I can put it across to people.
Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, really, really good explanation there. Thank you very much.
That's why.
With the course coming up, what can any potential candidates, and just the heads up very quickly to everybody, this is an in-person course. It is not a online course. It is actually physically here at the Poole Church.
Yeah,
so what do candidates look for to come to this?
Well, the course really is more of a beginner's level sort of course for the psychic development, and it's, it can be for people that obviously have had no idea at all, for those that are just starting out, let's say, on their journey. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to look at psychic energy as to what it is. What is psychic energy? What is the crux of it all, and how do we sort of tap into it? And we're going to look at our own energies and how we also look at our own self psychically and things. But we're going to look at maybe, a bit of protection, psychic protection, as I call it, to a degree. We're going to work with, instincts, color, auras, psychometry, a bit of telepathy, cards, readings. We're going to basically do quite a lot of work in the time that we're doing, but it's about looking at each individual subject that we're going to do and really looking at working with the abilities that we have and the instincts that we have and the senses that we have, to be able to work with people to bring through, the evidence of we know about someone's life on the earth that we're talking with or working with. So it's about, working with our energy and the way I like to explain our energy, if you like, as well, is if you're old like me, you will remember the Ready Brek adverts that the kids used to, on the TV, where the mum sends her kids out after a bowl of Ready Brek, and they got this lovely glow around them. And it's that lovely glow that I like to refer to a degree as the psychic energy, which we all have, which we're going to work with these different things of being able to access the information about someone. But we're going to maybe do it using color, because color, everyone pretty much likes color. You will have a favorite color. There may be a reason you have a favorite color. There may be a favorite color because you've lost someone and it means something so special to you to do with that person. So we're going to look at color, because each color will have a vibration of its own. It has an energy of its own. And it's about working with that, so that if someone pulls 3 different colors, we're then going to use those colors and our own psychic energy to go into someone else's energy we're working with, to really try and find out, well, why have you picked these colors? What do they say about you maybe as a person? For instance, red could be anger, could be love, could be, a mother's love. It could be absolutely anything. Yellow could be something as simple as intuition, or just like in the sunshine. Whatever it may be, we're going to work with colors. We're going to delve into that a lot more to try to work with it, to bring through what that means, and working with the aura as well, because as we know, or most people know, the aura has color within it, and we're going to work to try to see it, or at least feel it, or recognize it, and what it could mean to do with that person you're reading for or working with. So we're going to delve into different aspects, the different tools, as I call it, to work with the psychic energy. And it's going to be quite a busy course, but it's also going to be a course where we're going to have some fun with it as well, because I think any course you do, it's got to have fun in it, not disrespectful, but it's got to have fun in it, because ultimately, we're working together for the same reasons and the same goals at the end of the day. And it's about just being together, working and trying to, to bring some learning and some understanding to each of us and every person that we work with. So we're going to do that. We're going to look at a little bit psychometry as well, which is looking at the energy of an item, whatever that item may be that people bring along. We're going to work with the energy of that. We're also going to work a bit of telepathy, where we're going to try and use our mind's energy as well to tune into what someone has written or thinking or whatever it may be. So we're going to look into that as well, which is quite a funny thing. If you ask someone to draw something someone else has drawn, and you get all different shapes and sizes and things coming out and different things.
I won't be there that week.
we're going to work with that, and also we're psychically going to work with trying to find out what's in either a box or an envelope, or we're going to look at that and really try to push our psychic energy or power out there to work on things. And we may even have a bit of a competition or something like that as to who can actually guess what's in the box, and whatever's in the box you win. And it'll be something nice, not something rubbish, I have to say that. So, a nice bar of chocolate or whatever. But obviously, we're going to look at cards, working with cards too, and looking at the pictures and the meaning of those, but also psychically working with the cards. And basically, it will all involve an element of reading for other people, and it will involve, being able to talk about people's lives and things that have gone on, and trying to help someone maybe understand something. So that's it. I've sort of rattled through it, because what I don't want to do is tell everyone absolutely everything and spoil it, but it's going to be very much something that is going to be scientific to a degree as well, because we're going to talk about the science behind it as well, about psychic energy. We're going to talk about energy being able to be distorted, but science says that it cannot die, it just is distorted to a degree. So we're going to look at that as well, and working with your own instincts, and work in that such a way that hopefully at the end of the course, which will be a course that I know we've spoken about being an accredited course, you would get a certificate at the end of it from the academy, and also from the church here. It will be something that will tell you have a good level of understanding to be able to go on to the next course, or whatever it is that people decide they want to do.
Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for that. A lot there to look forward to. We just did tonight, just as I say, to introduce Darren to everybody, and also to just get an understanding there. There's been a great deal of interest in the course.
Good.
So very, very good. And I have shared today the link for the tickets, or indeed you can book these direct in person in the church through Messenger or email, however. The cost of the entire course for the 6 weeks is £200. That consists of 6 by 6 hour sessions. On the day, all food is provided. When you arrive, there is breakfast pastries, tea, coffee, orange juice, milk, water throughout the day. We get a buffet lunch and get cakes in the afternoon. Now it's got to be.
Well, the cakes, it's got to be worth it just for the cakes, isn't it?
I know.
So there you go. Wow.
And of course, we have free on-site parking here as well. So that is the package. And if you are local to the area and you wish to attend that, we would love to have a further conversation and make that happen. That would be great. Please note as this is a progressive course building on each other, the lessons are not available individually. We need to sign up for the entire course.
Yeah.
So, looking forward to it, Darren. You are.
Yeah, so am I. I'm looking forward to obviously visiting your lovely church, but working with the lovely people that come along and attend, and and just seeing how it goes there. And I think that people enjoy it, are certainly going to enjoy it, and it will hopefully opens people's awareness a little bit more to the possibility of what they can do. Indeed.
And it's been a thing in spiritualism that psychism sometimes gets a little bit of a bad rap. People say, "Oh, they're just being psychic." I love that statement. Oh, they're just doing psychic stuff. I've seen mediums psychically give out people's PIN numbers to their cards and verified that was correct in one case. Knew the person, so there was no dubiety there whatsoever.
Wow, yeah.
And we've all got a skill, all right, and spiritualism and spirituality does not actually only consist of being on a platform saying, "I've got your mother here." We've all got these inherent skills within us, and what better with the psychic side of being able to understand people. This in this day and age, that is a really good gift to have.
Yeah, I mean, most people are empathic to a degree, aren't they? But we don't always realize or understand it. And, everyone will be psychic to a certain degree or a certain level because of the nature of who we are as human beings and people. And, for most people who are maybe parents, they will know if their children are up to something in one room, but the parents in the other room, they just know the kids are up to something. So that's like that psychic energy pool. Or if when the phone's going to ring, and who maybe is going to sort of phone up again. I'm pretty much most people who are listening, or most people in the world, have have known that someone's going to phone and who it is on the phone. So it's your psychic energy, because psychic energy can travel. It can travel. It's not just confined to a certain place or a certain area. It can travel all over the world. So if you have a relative, for instance, that lives in, I don't know, Australia, you might just get that little niggle or that little sort of intuition there of they're not well, and you make the phone call, you find out they're not. So, you know, we all have it, an ability, but again, it's about using it. It's about working with it. It's about learning about it, but most importantly, enjoying it and being relaxed with it. Because, you know, if you're relaxed, it will flow better and it will work a lot better for you.
Indeed. Yeah. Darren, thank you, sir, for giving up the time. I know you've got family commitments today, but I appreciate it.
My pleasure. It's lovely to see you and talk to everyone.
Yeah. And I am very much looking forward. You know, in this time we've met online so many people, but to actually meet these people is always a great, great joy. So we look forward to March 5th.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm looking forward to it too.
Commencement of your time with us here at Poole. Thank you, everybody, for watching tonight and joining in. I'm sure there's a lot of food for thought there to take away. As I say, just to reiterate, it is an in-house course. It is not available online. And it is a course of 6 together. So we do need to attend all the sessions. So, Darren, have a blessed, wonderful evening. I know you've got family coming down to join you, so that's wonderful. Yeah. Everybody out there, thank you for your time. Much appreciated. And we will catch up again online on Saturday night, where we have Angela Foster, who will be giving us a talk on the history of the Lyceum movement within spiritualism. So until then, everyone, have a wonderful evening. Take care. God bless and good night.
Goodbye, everyone. Good night.